Welcome to the Epic Man podcast, where we let our curiosities and theories run wild and sometimes talk relevant news. I'm Josiah, and with me, my two friends and co-hosts, Ben and Michael. How are you guys doing today?
I really don't like that you guys call me Michael. It really bothers me.
But that's your name.
That you're like the only people that call me Michael.
But
my mother doesn't even call me Michael. My name is Mike. It's been
well now our fans are calling you Michael too.
Yeah,
so.
I don't like that. It bothers me.
Hey, at least we're not calling you by your full name.
That's true.
Well, if you call me by my full name, I'd leave the podcast. So.
All right, let's test that theory out. No.
Michelangelo.
Yeah. Why are you leaving, Mike? That's your full name. What are you doing?
What have I done?
Hey, you'd be like a Ninja Turtle. So
I realize that maybe I've made some mistake in my life at some point, and this is my hell now. That's where I'm
Maybe
at.
it is.
I'm perpetually trapped on a podcast with two people that call me Michael, and that's all I have to. That's all.
For
just living
eternity.
in a time loop.
Just for eternity. Well,
you're just stuck in a time loop. That's
Michael. This is what I freaking get.
Hey, Michael.
Make it work, I guess.
I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry that you feel that way, man.
I'm here. I'm here. You know.
I'm sorry that you feel that this is hell.
I'm sorry that you think our togetherness is hell, and I can't fix that.
We should try though.
We should try.
Don't try, please.
We might make it worse or hell.
Yeah. Yes. Inevitably. No, I'm doing good. You know what? I'm out here surviving. Yeah.
Hey, I know that you're going through some stuff, man. So
yeah, I've been sick.
Yeah.
Sick for a little bit, but I'm all right. I'm surviving. We're making it work.
Yeah.
I don't think I got the Ligma variant, so I think we're good.
Gotta watch out for that freaking Ligma variant, man.
Yeah, you just never know, man. It's just out here.
It hits you in a different spot than
a real different spot, man. Like almost the opposite of my mouth and my throat, like, my chest. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Mike's like, whoa.
I kind of like this variant.
For those that don't know, the Ligma variant makes you perpetually want to lick your nutsack. It's just a compulsion that you have to do it, and you can't because you're sick and you're tired, but you really want to.
What if that's what the zombie apocalypse is going to be like one day? It's just going to be people wanting to just lick everyone's nutsacks.
Yeah. Listen, if America's going to go down, it's going to be some like weird virus that makes like everybody try to orgy with each other, and that's how they all die. That's the only way. That's the way America goes down.
You just orgy until you die. Like,
yeah,
you don't
like
eat, you don't drink. You just
just orgy till you die. Listen, that's the thing. Everybody assumes it's gonna be, guns, and they're like, I got all my guns and I'm gonna fight for my freedoms and kill zombies. And then, Billy Joe over there next door is gonna see his neighbor and he's gonna be like, I'm gonna bang that guy till I die, and he can't help himself.
Nope.
That's how.
Come here, bring your hairy ass over here.
Just a big pile of people just dead.
Oh no!
That's what the zombie apocalypse is actually gonna be. They don't want to bite each other. They just want to
just frick until they die.
So I know we didn't plan on this, but I want to find this real quick. This is a real thing that happened during the Cold War.
Snap!
Zombies, Cold War.
I wasn't missing Call of Duty.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, like.
Let's see if I can find it.
The question that I have is, why did like the Cold War period have like such bad mechanics? Like,
what?
Same, dude. Why was the Cold War movement so terrible?
Why are we talking? What are you talking about?
Like, why was that?
Maybe that's why the Cold War
during the time.
Maybe that's why Cold War never actually became like an actual war, because everyone just moved so terribly during that.
You guys are out of control. So
yeah, it was pretty terrible.
So this is the thing. This is I guys want you to understand. Okay, this is not something I made up. This is totally real.
This is serious. All right.
There were during the Cold War. The government, the United States Air Force, was researching on different weapons that they could use and different ways they could protect themselves and defeat the enemy.
Okay.
And they created a bomb, two different bombs.
Okay.
That were non-lethal psychochemical weapons.
Okay.
The theory involved discharging female sex pheromones over enemy forces in order to make them sexually attracted to each other. They called it the halitosis bomb and the gay bomb. The research and notion today is largely ridiculed for the bizarre idea, as well as the non-effects of turning combatants or subjects gay.
Imagine if they actually did that.
Honestly, that would be amazing.
Using a brain technique, Swedish researchers have shown that when heterosexual males are presented with two odors that may be involved in sexual arousals, their brains tend to respond differently, and that the homosexual men tend to respond in the same way as heterosexual women, but it could not be determined whether this was the cause or the effect. Study was expanded to include homosexual women. Results were consistent with previous findings. So yeah, they couldn't figure it out. Yeah.
Now,
Imagine somebody should make a movie about that.
Now, why would they do that though? What like tactical advantage does that give somebody?
So here it is in both of the documents.
Maybe
the possibility was canvassed that a strong aphrodisiac could be dropped on enemy troops, ideally one that would also cause homosexual behavior. And they were hoping that it would distract them into being more attracted to each other than they would to fighting the enemy.
I still feel like though the like intensity of wartime overcomes sexual attraction, if that makes sense. Even like strong sexual attraction, I still feel like the immediate, like the imminent fear of death would overcome sexual attraction or distraction or whatever. At least realistically, I think that's probably what would happen. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Chemicals are crazy, so I don't really know.
That's true. I think they were hoping more it was like going to be like a lust bomb, and they were just going to be like, oh my gosh, we should just like bang each other right here and not do anything else.
So my theory from this is that really a lot of the like maybe even like the president and some of the military guys for America were like, you know what, I really want to be attracted to men. And so they were going to test it out on somebody else to see if it worked, but they were using it under the guise of a military weapon.
Wow.
Okay, all right, whatever.
Well, let me see here. Who's the president while we were...
That's really stupid, but okay.
Is it Harry S. Truman?
It's a pretty big brain.
During the Cold War? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, there was a lot
Cold
of
War wasn't. There was no actual war.
I know about the Cold War.
Well, no. I was asking because I didn't hear that part. Was this during the Cold War that this was developed, or was this okay? So it was Cold War. Was this like just in case there was a wartime scenario, like a actual like boots on the ground fighting scenario?
Yes.
So
I thought it was
Truman. I think was the president, right?
Really?
He was. Sure. There was a lot of presidents during the Cold War. There were quite a few.
I thought it was Kennedy.
What's interesting about that though? That's what I was trying to look up.
Oh, because technically,
he was the head of the FBI during that time, and he was rumored to be a homosexual. Like there was all these other rumors about him too, that he was like a closet homosexual and stuff, and that he like wanted to dispel that rumor, and so he would like accuse other people of being homosexuals and all kinds of crazy stuff. So it's just funny that they're like, hey, I got an idea. What if we drop like a gay bomb? The J. Edgar Hoover's like, I think that's a good idea, actually. I'm kind of for that, because then I won't feel alone. You should we should talk about J. Edgar Hoover a lot more. That guy had some real crazy stuff going on in his life.
Clint Eastwood actually made a movie about J. Edgar Hoover once.
Oh yeah, yep, with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yep.
And he was a closeted homosexual in that movie.
Yes, he was.
Is that the common theory?
Well, it was a theory. He got really upset about people that accused him of that, though. Like really, really, really upset about that one.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Let me see here. I'm trying to find where I gotta pull it up. I used to have a whole thing on where I reading about him, where basically he was like people would call him out, and then he'd like go dig up dirt on them, or like even make stuff up. But because he was the head of the FBI, they couldn't do anything about him. I mean, he had files on everybody. I mean, it was J. Edgar Hoover was bad dude.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah, I mean that's pretty wild stuff. Pretty wild stuff. That should be I don't know. That'd be a really just hilarious movie to see, like an alternate history thing or something about that.
Yeah,
really
where the gay bomb actually worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Apparently, Truman Capote, who was a novelist, screenwriter, playwright, he wrote Breakfast at Tiffany's, which was like one of his more popular things. Apparently, constantly was accusing Hoover of being a homosexual.
Oh wow!
Because even though he himself was a homosexual, mostly because he thought it was really funny that he got so upset about it. He just thought it was hilarious that he got really mad about it, and he just kept doing it over and over again. But yeah, he would like, yeah. Yep.
Oh man. Well, I mean, yeah, especially for like that time, you know, it was like super controversial back then. So
yeah. Well, nowadays, like nowadays it wouldn't really matter, but back then, he was just
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that can,
I didn't know this
affect your whole like public image and everything. So
apparently, J. Edgar Hoover kept what is potentially or possibly the world's largest collection of pornographic material, films, photographs, and written materials, with particular emphasis on nude photos of celebrities. He reportedly used it for his own titillation as well as using them for blackmail purposes.
Oh,
wow. Blackmail.
Sounds about right.
Because I mean, if you could collect a bunch of photos of like naked celebrities, you'd be like, bro, I'll put your nudes on the internet. Well, not the internet. It wasn't even internet. I'll put your nudes in the news.
Yeah.
If you don't do what I tell you to do, bro. Yeah.
Dang.
What's that crazy. Like being the FBI director and people like know that you have like one of the largest collections of porn? It's just like your thing.
I mean, for some reason that sounds about accurate. So
you're like, man, I got all this power. Might as well, lord it over people with images.
Yeah.
He also apparently, there are rumors that he was a cross-dresser, that somebody caught him dressing like a woman one time, and they got very upset. He got very upset about that one.
I think they had that in the J. Edgar movie too.
It seems like there was a lot of rumors about this guy, but no one actually knows anything.
Yeah. Well, that's because if you ever try to actually dig it up, a lot of times you end up dead or worse.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I mean, it turned I back to the previous thing of like how long the Cold War went. I found that it was like a 45-year span. So there were quite a few presidents.
So from like late 40s to like 80s or something like that.
Yeah.
Or early 50s maybe or so.
So it was like there's a lot of different presidents.
Yeah.
So
because I think Reagan was a president during Cold War too. So
it was like towards the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't remember who was the president in the Call of Duty game that they made. So I think that's supposed to be.
I think Reagan was
Cold War. Is it Reagan?
Oh yeah, Reagan is the new one. Yeah, it went from Harry S. Truman, John F. Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Jimmy Carter, Lyndon B. Johnson, George H.W. Bush, and Gerald Ford. All of them were
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But it's really funny. You ever see like those like commercials that they used to show of like if there's like a nuke that was dropping to like hide under your desk and stuff.
That desk is gonna save
that'll protect you. Yeah, you'll be fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
There's like this like invisible like force field that just goes around
Little did you know desks have a lot of power.
Yeah.
Desks actually are magical. They're actually
that's our secret weapon. Desks.
All right.
Little did you know that the aliens created desks. And that's why they protect us from nuclear bombs.
I don't know if we ever talked about the secret hero of the Cold War. The guy that prevented the nuclear war in the submarine or whatever. Did we ever talk about that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I just want to say that you know who like was the most protected person on Earth then? If desks had that much power. Monica Lewinsky.
She wasn't around. She wasn't president during that time.
She never was president.
Well, I mean, no, she wasn't banging the president during that time. That was Clinton, bro.
I know.
It was already over by then.
No, I'm saying if desks could like protect you at all times.
She just wasn't. under a desk blowing the president yet. Just
No. Oh my gosh. I'm just fucking saying. It's a joke. Like it doesn't matter what time.
I know what the joke
I'm not
was,
trying
Josiah.
to like
I'm
tie
sorry.
it to a certain time.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, hey, presidents.
I got
your
joke. I got your joke. I got your
Oh
joke.
my gosh.
I'm sorry I ruined your joke, Josiah, but I also couldn't let that stand.
I understood.
Like, wow. I didn't know that we had to subscribe ourselves to a certain time period, but okay.
Well,
You know what? That was a fail, but it's okay. It's okay.
So, real quick.
Oh,
I want to talk about this guy because I thought this was kind of cool since we
what's his
mentioned
name?
the Cold War. Stanislav Petrov. So, back during the Cold War, it was on September 6, 1983. He was on duty at the command center for the Oko nuclear early warning system when the system reported that a missile had been launched for the United States, followed up by 5 more. He judged the reports to be a false alarm and disobeyed disorders against Soviet military protocol, and is credited with having prevented erroneous retaliatory nuclear attacks. So yeah, basically there was a blip of like, oh, they fired a nuke. And he was like, no, I don't think this is right. And then like 5 more blips went off, and they told him that they needed to respond and that he needed to send that to like Soviet high command. And they were like, no, we need to respond. And he was like, nope, it's not a real thing. And they were like freaking out about it, but then he didn't do anything. And then when they double checked it and found out none of it was real, but at the time he actually, like in an interview, he said he didn't really know if they were real. He just went with his gut because he realized if he had said something, then they would have launched nukes at the United States accidentally, which then would have caused the United States to actually send nukes towards them, which then would have potentially wiped out the United States and Russia and potentially the rest of the world as well because of how many nukes that they had. But yeah, and then they tried to put him in jail for it. So that was a thing. Yeah. For disobeying orders, because they flat out told him like, you need to report this. This is a big deal. We got to launch nukes. And he was like, no, it's not real. It can't be real. And they're like, dude, you don't get to tell us what's real or not. And he's like, it's not real. And then they're like, so we double checked and it wasn't real. Good on you. Wow. And then like at one point they decided they were going to award him like an award for like bravery, but then we're like, wait a minute, you disobeyed orders. No, we can't do that to you. Like, we should put you in jail. And so they talked about putting him in jail, and then they decided they were going to do nothing about it. So he's like a hero, but also not really a hero, because they were like, don't disobey what we tell you, but good job because you prevented nuclear war and everybody dying. But also, how dare you not listen to what we have to say? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was kind of a crazy one.
Well, like the saying goes, like, what is that saying? The history is written by the victors or whatever. So
yeah,
I mean, the ones in power are the ones that kind of get to, I guess, in a lot of ways, control what kind of history is written. So
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Makes you think. I mean, like I've always wondered that, actually, like how much of history is actually how it went, you know? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Apparently, there was another guy in the Cold War that also prevented nuclear war, and he was a Russian too. So we have 2 Russians to thank for why we didn't go to war during the Cold War. This guy's name was Vasily Arkhipov, and he was in a submarine by Cuba during the Cuban Missile Crisis, and he was told to the captain of the ship was going to launch a nuclear torpedo at the Navy, and it required the agreement of all 3 senior officers aboard, and he was one of them, and he refused to fire the missile.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like,
oh yeah, I think I've heard about that story. Yeah.
That's
like
2 different
it was literally
Russians.
like right at his fingertip. Like he could have pushed the button or whatever, the red button, and started it, and he didn't. Yeah, crazy.
So in other words, nuclear war almost started multiple times.
Yeah, and there's apparently a lot of situations where stuff like that came really close.
Yeah. It's like everyone is like just like biting at the bit, wanting to do like a nuclear war, but at the same time they don't.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
it would be devastating for
Right.
Oh,
everyone.
okay.
So
So what it was they were in a submarine and they had been underwater for like days and hadn't heard anything from like high command or anything. And the United States was dropping signal depth charges to make the submarine come to the surface. But instead of coming to the surface, they just stayed underwater and were like, "Oh my God, war started!" And then like the captain was like, "We gotta nuke these guys," and they're like, "I don't know, we don't know for sure what's going on." And they're like, "No, it's war. We don't know if we might be too late already. You got to fire the missiles." Yeah, and he was like, "Nah, man, I can't do that. I refuse." Yeah. Yep.
wow, that's crazy.
And
We
then
might have these two gentlemen to thank
Yeah.
for saving everybody.
Apparently, after he came back, many of the crew members on the ship were faced with disgrace, and one admiral told him it would have been better if he had gone down with your ship.
Oof.
Yeah, so they weren't
That's
even
crazy,
like honored
man.
right away for
Wow.
it. Yeah.
Wow. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, they were more mad at him for getting discovered by the Americans than they were that they prevented a war. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I wanted this war.
Yeah.
I wanted it. You took it away from me.
Yeah. It's just crazy though. I'm like, wow. They didn't give him anything. They gave him nothing. He just retired and he just yeah.
Wow.
He made it to rear admiral, but like yeah, they never gave him any kind of honor or awards or anything like that. But apparently they were like, dude, he's a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Yep. I mean, crazy, man. Crazy how just one little decision like that can affect everything, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's nuts, dude.
Can you imagine just having to make a decision like that?
Yeah.
That's insane, bro. That's insane. Yeah. Man.
Super crazy. I mean, like, I can't even imagine the kind of like weight that would have to be on somebody to do that. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then to just like be shamed after it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right.
Then be pissed at you for not starting a war that could have murdered everyone on the planet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Crazy, man. Crazy. Yep. Well, it's going to be interesting when when we have to start fighting aliens and AI and
right, with nuclear weapons.
Zombies.
Well, that's the best way to kill them. You know?
Dude, I feel like if the zombie apocalypse actually did happen, right, that probably would be the government's first go-to thing would be nukes, even though that's like not actually the smartest idea.
No. Well, have you seen The Crazies? You guys ever seen that movie?
No.
Oh, so the concept of that, first of all, the zombies in that are bullshit and I hate them because it doesn't make zombies. What it does is it makes the people like increases the areas in their brain of like violence and like hyper aggression. But so the zombies aren't even zombies. They're just people, and they're as smart as people. They think clearly and logically. But all they want to do is like hurt people, like like incite violence and stuff. So they like will work together with each other to like kill other people and stuff. And yeah, the main character is like the sheriff of the town and his wife, and they're trying to like escape the city. And then, long story short, they end up being the only two alive, and they escape the city as the government nukes the city. Like they like evacuate the surrounding areas and nuke the city, and then the movie ends with like this drone flying overhead quietly watching the sheriff and his wife walk over to the next town, and like it like tracks the town and shows like the population of the town, and then like says like initiating like quarantine because the sheriff and the wife were potentially like infected too. They just didn't realize it.
Gotcha.
Dude, it's
interesting.
crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just like, yeah, we got to nuke it, man. What else are we gonna do? But like, I mean, that's like in a ton of movies. Even like recently, Army of the Dead?
Yep.
Where they're like, yeah, just nuke that city, man. Get rid of all those.
Yeah,
zombies.
right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I guarantee you, if something like that happened, that would be like one of the first responses. It's like,
why can't we just nuke it? And they're like, because it'll kill everybody.
Right.
And
it's like how the government in every movie always wants to nuke stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that's always the first go. It's like, oh look, there's Godzilla. Let's nuke him.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that I wouldn't be surprised if there ever was a zombie apocalypse, it would be actually like started by the government either somehow. Like,
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
No, dude.
Mess with something they're not supposed to mess with, and then
Freaking create zombies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Or like they did with Godzilla.
It's
It's
either
like,
gonna
we're
come
just
from
gonna-
that. It's either gonna come from that or come from outer space
or underwater.
or underwater.
Or Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
Hollow Earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking
Hollow
of,
There's a lot of crazy stuff in Hollow Earth. It's like
Speaking of-
mole people.
yeah.
All people.
Yeah. There's,
all people.
I don't remember. Was it John Adams who was like sending expeditions to the North Pole to look for mole people
I think so. Yeah.
in,
Why?
in the Earth and stuff?
Yeah. He was really obsessed
Imagine
with that.
being told to go. It's like, hey guys, so here's your mission breakdown. We're gonna go to the North Pole. Like, get this. We're searching for mole people.
Yeah.
Just how would you react if that was like the news you were given? You're just like, you're just told one day that you got to go to the North Pole, freeze your butt off to try to find mole people in the Earth.
Yeah.
And they're
Imagine telling your wife and kids that you have to leave.
It's like, honey,
for
I gotta
years
go.
to go look for mole people.
Gotta find mole people.
So, like,
She
I
might
don't
just
know.
leave you at that point. But be like,
John-
all right,
John-
he's lost it. He's off his
John
rocker.
Quincy Adams.
John
yeah.
Quincy Adams. Okay, so it was the crazy John Adams.
Yeah.
Freaking mole people. What made him? What I want to know is what made him think there were mole people
Hey, you
in the
never
North
know.
Pole.
I mean, you never know unless you
Is
look,
it
right?
the curiosity, or is it that there were things people had heard about there being mole people?
I think there was like some weird there's weird talk going around or something that there's a mole people or something like that. So
Huh.
he was like, we got to go find them.
We gotta go freaking find those mole people.
Yeah. Well, I read something the other day that I thought was interesting because we've already talked about Hollow Earth a little bit, but about like apparently underneath the Denver airport, there's like a huge series of tunnels underneath there that they use to like move military equipment in and out of, and apparently there's like a ton of tunnels like that the military has throughout the United States that go underneath the earth, and a lot of people believe that that's where they use to move military equipment down into the hollow earth so that they can like prevent things from coming in or going out. And that's so that's where they have like their secret bunkers and stuff hidden in case like nuclear war ever does happen, is that you can just hit these tunnels and go down underneath them, which I mean,
What
I
I
want
want
to
to
say
know,
that's crazy, but look at Elon Musk.
yeah. What I want to know though is if you said this is the Denver airport.
Yeah.
Denver is pretty highly elevated above sea level.
Mhm.
Would that make a difference? Wouldn't the
Maybe.
Hollow Earth be like way below sea level?
Yeah, probably.
How
but
many
maybe that's
freaking
why-
thousands of feet did they dig these tunnels? Did they dig them down? Did they dig them across? Did they
I
dig them
think
up? What do
dig
they
them
do?
down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can find the guy because there's apparently a guy that he says he found it. Like the tunnels underneath there, they just sit abandoned, or that's what they look like, anyways.
Weird.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it here.
I mean, like, I wonder what do you guys know what like deepest cave is in the world?
The deepest cave?
Yeah.
No, I know the longest cave, but the deepest cave, let's find out.
How deep
Deepest
can
cave
you
in the
go?
world.
You know?
The
Yeah.
deepest cave is the Kina cave. I don't know. It's got a recorded depth of 2,212 meters.
Oh,
crazy.
meters. Wow. Okay.
So
Yeah.
hold on a second. That would be
2,212. That's over 6,000 feet.
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
So it's like
That's over a mile deep.
that's over a
That's
mile. Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, it's 6,636.
I can't even imagine.
really
And
deep.
That's
somebody-
deep. Like,
That's really deep.
Did somebody go down there and figure that out, or did they just,
I
'cause-
don't know.
'cause
Oh,
if
here
they
we go. The
did, how
Daring
dare
Journey
they?
inside the world's deepest cave. Could they survive that far down?
That's why I don't know. But how dare
Wow.
them?
Oh,
if they
no,
tried.
here we go. It took half a century and about 30 expeditions for Russian cave explorers to reach its record depth of 2,212 meters.
If it's Russians, it doesn't count because we know that they can survive anything. So
Well, apparently I think it's in Russia.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're notoriously hard to kill. That's probably because
Yeah.
they're the mole people.
Yeah, that's true.
happens.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Maybe-
just kidding.
yeah,
I don't want to
maybe.
hear that. Please, I'm so sorry. That was a
but
joke. Russians are not mole people. Russians are people too, Ben.
Russians are not mole people. But what if
No.
that's where the mole people live? Is in those
No,
deep caves?
they don't, Ben. No.
Deep in the caves. Yeah.
That's-
No,
no,
they don't live down
I'm
there.
not saying just in Russia. I'm
No.
saying deep in
Nope.
caves.
No, there's no mole people in Russia.
Mike, stop trying to save yourself from the comment that you made. I don't want to hear it. But
Putin will hurt me.
the,
I saw a video of Putin at like a jujitsu or a judo tournament, and he
Yeah.
walked up to this kid who's like in the tournament. And he tells him, he whispers some stuff into the kid's ear and like shows him like a move, and then the kid goes on to like win the tournament with that move.
Yeah.
He like
Yeah.
grabbed the guy, he's like, "Fwah," and like dropped this kid, and Putin's like,
Yeah, Putin's kind of crazy. Like
Dude.
he's like jacked, dude.
scary.
look
Yeah.
at some of the pictures of this, like these deep caves.
Ben, I
So
thought you were going to
deep.
say go look at some pictures of Putin, because you should if you haven't. Listen,
Yeah, but
if you
they're
guys didn't
freaking-
know about this, Vladimir Putin is like jacked and like actually scary.
Yeah.
Like
I thought Ben was just gonna like open up a folder that he just has like tons of
Yeah,
Putin
dude.
pictures in.
dude, like
It's
he
my,
actually is like
it's my
really,
poop pic picture.
he's actually
My
like
poop pic
really
file.
good shape.
Yeah, he is.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah, and like people want to hate on him all the time, but like he actually like knows a ton of martial arts and served in the KGB and stuff. Can actually like kill people.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, dude.
He's one of the few like leaders in like the free world that I'm actually like scared of, because that dude could actually like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
That's
Um,
why we need The Rock as president.
Yeah, so you can beat Putin.
Yeah,
Rock versus Putin.
that's what I'm saying. My buddy and I have a whole campaign ready for him if he runs for president, and he's gonna rock the world,
Rock the world 2024.
Yeah, he literally campaigns in other countries for like presidency for the United States. Yeah, like he's gonna lay the smackdown on all these other candidates.
Yep.
Yeah,
So apparently the Earth's crust is 43 miles deep.
Yeah, so they're nowhere. That's no.
thick.
So if it's 43 miles
Thick.
deep, then that means wait, so is the crust 43 meters down, or is it that's the crust is 43 miles itself?
What do you mean?
I don't know what you just asked, and
The crust is 43 miles long. That's
Like,
what I'm asking.
Deep,
Long,
Like deep,
like,
like
thick,
like
That's how thick it
That's-
is.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
thick,
Okay.
thick, like peanut butter.
thick like cake. Thick.
The Earth has some pretty good cake. Not gonna lie,
Yeah,
Yeah, it
dude,
does,
it has
yeah.
the thickest cake.
Yeah.
Look, that Earth is thick.
dude. Just gives
Yeah.
Jupiter a hard on all the time. Jupiter's just
Wow.
like, man.
Jupiter's like, look how thick that Earth is. That's why they got rid
Hey.
of Pluto, because Pluto is basically just all rock. They're like, ew. Wow.
Yeah, Earth is like the babe of the galaxy.
Yeah.
That's why Jupiter just like absorbs all of the meteors that are supposed to come hit Earth, because Jupiter's like trying to protect Earth. He's like, dude, I gotta protect my girl,
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
thick.
dude. So if the crust is for what you said 43 miles deep,
43 miles deep.
then that cave barely even tracks the
Yeah,
surface.
It barely like
Like,
scratches
yeah.
anything. Like, so how deep is Hollow Earth then?
Wouldn't that be near the core?
It's pretty deep.
I mean, if it's near the core, then you just like
Burn.
burn up.
Unless there's
die.
like some sort of
So the rumor is that the core of the Earth is like a second sun.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
hot.
The true vertical depth is less than 4 kilometers, 2.5 miles. No, that can't be right.
I mean, it kind of makes sense because that's like that's literally like the center of all the gravity and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of intense stuff going on down there in the center.
Let me see here.
So
I'm trying to find it. Actually, I just saw a thing about it that says the crux of the hollow Earth theory is the Earth is a shell with walls about 800 miles thick.
oh,
So, yeah,
so that's what they say about Hollow Earth, huh?
yeah,
So basically, the Earth has giant walls, and
Yeah.
Hollow Earth is below that.
yeah. The crux of the hollow Earth theory is that the Earth is a shell with walls about 800 miles thick. In the polar regions, there are about there are holes 1,400 miles across with edges that curve smoothly from outside of the shell around to the inside. A sea or surface traveler could proceed over an edge of the hole like an ant crawling over the lip of a coffee mug from the outside to the inside and not be aware that he was actually entering the interior of the Earth. Bernard explains that the holes have never been seen from the air because pilots are fooled by their compasses into believing that they are crossing the pole when they are actually following the hole's magnetic rim. Thus, aircraft never really fly over the geographic poles, which naturally mark the center of the holes themselves.
So my question is with the Hollow Earth theory, right? Does that do people that believe that the Hollow Earth exists, do they believe that like the crust is the only part keeping us from the Hollow Earth? Like we have to go 43 miles down to find it? Or
I don't know.
what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess it depends on, if you kind of follow more of the conventional idea of what the Earth's like with, all the different layers like the crust and
right.
Then, the core and, whatever there is between those layers and stuff. The mantle or whatever I think it's called. And so I guess it depends on if you believe in that or if you believe more the Hollow Earth, which is more like there's like a really, really thick layer of whatever, and then it's just the hollow inside. Which I don't know, because like then where does lava come from and all that stuff? Does it just come from the wall?
Well, where lava comes from.
Is it just like hanging out on the wall and then just kind of oozes out every once in a while, or what? That's why like I guess the core makes more sense, because to me,
lava
like
typically comes from the mantle, the Earth's middle layer, sandwiched between the crust and the core.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So,
but
maybe lava is more just like the veins.
Yeah.
In the hollow Earth wall.
It's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, the oxygen has to get down there somehow,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We imagine the subterranean world as a second sphere inside Earth. Even though it's smaller than Earth, it's not dramatically smaller. Like,
yeah. All I know is that there's a bunch of giant monkeys down there.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude.
Well, if you were to put in
crazy stuff,
the planet Venus inside an entirely hollow Earth, it would fit with nearly 200 miles to spare.
Wow, that's crazy. Huh? Yeah. So I mean, Earth is bigger than what people give it credit for. So
yeah,
Earth is huge.
Yeah. We always assume that it's small because I think the Earth in context for us has gotten smaller because we've seen so many pictures of it. Yeah. And like you can get on a plane and travel anywhere on the planet. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, think about like trying to walk from. I mean, there's still parts of the Earth that we've never even, went to. Yeah. I mean, we did the whole episode about those plateaus that are on top of the Earth that like people haven't, the plateaus in the clouds. People have barely been there.
The Tepuis growing up there. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, for all we know, there could be people living up there too. There could be giant apes living there.
Yeah, or dinosaurs.
Or dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Well,
Ben.
We don't even know. Maybe that's a section. Maybe that's a section of Hollow Earth. Maybe there's stuff inside. We don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe we got to just take a helicopter up there, frick around and find out.
No, because our instruments will tell us that we're going north, but we won't be. We'll be going around the magnetic rim. We got to figure out how to get past that magnetic rim. We got to rim the Earth.
Oh, I think Ben was talking about going to the Tepuis, but
yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, we can do that too, I guess. I'd rather figure out this Hollow Earth thing. Man.
Yeah, man, let's figure out the Hollow Earth thing. Let's just
rim the Earth. We got to put our hands.
We got to rim it.
We got to put our hands on the Earth.
I don't know.
We got to rim it and figure out exactly what's going on the inside.
Then Jupiter's just gonna get really mad, and then Jupiter's gonna just hurtle through space.
Yeah, that's the end of the world. Is Jupiter, like, somebody figures out how to get to the Hollow Earth, and it's like, you know what? I've had enough.
And then someone's gonna survive and write a book about it called Jupiter Ascending.
How dare you? First of all, how dare you? Second of all, how dare you? It's crazy. Speaking of Jupiter Ascending, did we talk about the Matrix thing last week?
No,
we did not. The Matrix got a new trailer.
Yeah.
And did you watch it, Ben?
I did.
You did watch it because
I thought that entire trailer was better than the movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ben has finally seen the first Matrix. He did it. He did it for you.
And he hated it.
He did it for us, and he didn't like it.
I didn't hate it.
Yikes.
I didn't hate
like
it.
it.
I was very lukewarm about the movie.
So one of the most important sci-fi movies of all time. It's not debatable. It really is like one of the most important sci-fi movies of all time.
No, but I did watch the trailer for the new one.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked
that damn dog up.
I liked it better than the entire first movie.
Wow. Wow. Is that because it has more visual effects in it?
No, it just looked more interesting to me.
Like there's a shit ton of visual effects in
there were a lot, and they looked really impressive.
You know, we wouldn't even have that movie if it wasn't for the first one.
You're darn right, we wouldn't. And either way, I could live without them all. So,
well, I mean, we wouldn't even have movies like we do today if it wasn't for that movie. So,
true.
Yeah.
It pushed practical effects to a whole nother level with like bullet time cameras and stuff. That was like an
maybe that is true.
No, it absolutely is true. It's not a thing like that. Literally, nobody had ever done anything like that before.
Yeah, I just didn't love the movie.
Huh. Okay.
The Wachowskis put their blood, sweat, and tears into that.
Yep.
Do you know that Keanu Reeves did that movie having had spinal fusion surgery like, what was it, 3 months before?
Wow, really?
Wow.
Yeah, he had to get spinal fusion surgery, and so that's why he doesn't throw a lot of kicks in the movie because it would have jacked up his spine, so he throws more punches than anything else.
Oh, gotcha.
Literally, they were like, okay, well, we're gonna like give you a break in between, and we'll give you like a really small, quick crash course in like the choreography and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, why would I do that? So if you go watch the making of that movie, he's wearing a neck brace during the training and during the choreography sequences in the beginning and stuff when they were learning how to do it because he refused to not know how to do the choreography right.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Animal.
Keanu's a legend, dude.
Keanu Reeves
he's
is the hardest working
incredibly
man.
dedicated to his craft.
He is the hardest working man in show business.
And he's also like the nicest man in show business.
Name somebody that works harder than Keanu Reeves at any
Dwayne
of the
Johnson.
movies. Works harder than Keanu Reeves?
Works pretty freaking hard.
I didn't say works harder. Works out harder. Keanu Reeves, like, have you seen all the work he did for John Wick?
Yeah.
He does almost all of it. He learned jujitsu. He learned like judo. He learned how to shoot all those guns. When was the last time you saw The Rock shoot a gun in a movie?
I don't know. Haven't watched The Rock
shoot.
He
shot a minigun. He shot a minigun in one of the Fast and Furious movies. Was that a real minigun? Did he really learn how to do that? Did he really learn? No. Listen, Keanu Reeves is one of the hardest working men in show business. He is like what, 50 years old.
You said in show business, and that's what I was referring to. Now, if you're talking about like with like their stunts and stuff, I don't know. There's a lot of
that's part of show business, Ben.
Well, you know,
I mean, Tom Cruise is up there too.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise does all of his own stunts and everything too.
True. It's facts. Tom Cruise has broken multiple bones doing all of his own stunts. Yeah. He still keeps doing it. He's
had fusion. Oh my God! Listen. When was the last time you saw Tom Cruise go and learn like 6 different martial arts so he looks realistic in his scenes and his movies?
Tom Cruise has literally learned piloting to look realistic in his scenes.
Did he learn martial arts?
I don't know.
Probably
he didn't.
He probably has.
He didn't.
How do you know? He probably has.
He shattered his ankle. Listen, Tom Cruise, I get it. He's a hardworking dude. I never said that he wasn't. Okay, he does his own stunts. The reason Keanu Reeves doesn't do his own stunts is because he has stunt people that he brings with him to movies so that they have jobs. You know, stunt people don't even like it when actors do their own stunts, except for Jackie Chan, because it's Jackie Chan.
Well, yeah.
Because it removes the opportunity for stunt people to have work.
Yeah, well, you know.
Ben, do you want stunt people to have work?
Yeah, a lot of stunt people do have a lot of work.
I want them to have work too. Just like the guy that played Taskmaster in Black Widow had lots of work. Almost the entire movie he had work until they take it off and it's like, it was a woman the whole time.
Isn't that stunning? Isn't that stunning and brave?
Stunning and brave.
Never been done before. Never
been done before. Let a man do all the work for you. It's like Batwoman. Let a man do all the work for you and then take credit at the very end.
Yeah, exactly.
I got real quiet there. I'm sorry, Ben. Listen. I don't think it's that refutable that Keanu Reeves is one of the hardest working people in the story.
I think he's one of the hardest.
I think he is one of the hardest. I say that the comment of he is the hardest. I think
I don't
that's
think
where you have to go.
I don't think he works
dig
harder than The
further
Rock.
into that.
I couldn't see him. I can't see. Listen, The Rock was already jacked before he started doing all this.
I'm not talking
He's
this
been
physical.
jacked.
Dude's like a freaking hard worker. He never stops.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the physical labor and intensive like preparation that he has to do for these movies. Not only that, but Keanu Reeves is filming The Matrix and then literally starting filming on John Wick 4, like right after that, like back to back.
Tom Cruise has been trained in martial arts as well.
Yep.
Has he though?
Yes.
Because Scientology.
I don't know if I'm the
martial art.
same. I don't know if probably not on the same level as Keanu, because I think Keanu's
Scientology
like
does not count as
insane,
martial arts. I just want to point that out.
but yeah,
They can say a lot of things about what they say he knows.
look, I love Keanu Reeves.
I do too.
Same.
I love
And
Tom
I'm
Cruise.
literally not going to say a negative thing about Keanu Reeves.
But if I had to bet money on who's going to win in a fight between Keanu Reeves and Tom Cruise,
Oh yeah,
I'd pick
I mean,
Keanu
in a
every time.
fight,
That would be Keanu, yeah.
yeah, Keanu would win.
I'm going to be
Absolutely.
honest with you. If I have to pick between The Rock and Keanu, I still might go with Keanu. The Rock is really strong, but
brute force, I think, might
brute
win
force
it for
doesn't.
Dwayne.
Not if it goes to the ground. You can beat somebody that's significantly stronger than you.
You act
with
like
jiu-jitsu.
Dwayne. I understand that the WWE is fake, but you have to act like Dwayne Johnson hasn't.
Okay, first
had
of
a
all,
single bit
professional
of, like,
wrestling-
hand-to-hand combat.
Professional wrestling is not fake.
No,
First
the
of all,
WWE is.
no, that's the WWE is professional wrestling, Ben, and it's not
Yeah,
fake.
well, it's staged.
It is predetermined
Scripted.
outcomes. Scripted is not fake. They still have to do all the
And
moves.
did you ever watch Fighting with My Family?
Did you know?
I love that game. I
Did
love
you
it.
know that The Rock, during one of his matches, it was right before he filmed one of the new Fast and Furious movies, actually tore his abdominal muscles off of his pelvis during the match and finished the match?
Yeah,
Oh.
But that's not
Freaking
fake.
beast.
That's real. That's a real
No,
thing
but
that
he's a
somebody did.
freaking animal.
But
Yeah.
that's a real thing that somebody did. Just like
Okay.
one time, one of the wrestlers.
Regardless, you're
one of their
asking who would
quadriceps-
win in a fight on
You
the
said-
ground
listen,
between him and
You
Keanu
said it was
Reeves.
fake, and I just want to. I take offense to the
Okay.
fact that you said it was
All right.
fake.
Fine, not fake. I
Scripted.
apologize to any. I apologize to any wrestling fans that I might have offended, including
All the
Michael.
wrestling fans, you didn't. You didn't possibly. You absolutely did. You did offend us.
Scripted. It is scripted,
It's rigged.
but all those moves are real. Which is what I'm getting to is all those moves are real, and Dwayne Johnson knows how to do all those things. So I don't know if I would take Keanu in a fight on the
would.
ground. Keanu's a
would.
lot smaller.
He
I
is
mean,
a lot
I-
smaller, but
Yeah.
it's Keanu.
I mean, I think
Did you
Keanu's
watch?
pretty freaking amazing. Like, I think he'd be
I'm-
fine.
I don't think anybody's denying that. I'm just saying that it would probably. I don't know who I'd pick to win that
Vin
fight.
Diesel
but-
beat The Rock in a fight.
All right.
No, he really didn't know.
Exactly.
Vin Diesel just had that in the contract. He's
Dwayne
like,
Johnson would sit.
I'm not gonna let Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson would literally sit on Vin Diesel.
No, he really.
Wow. Yeah.
Freaking
I-
sit on him.
That's a real specific visual.
The
there.
way that you say that, Ben, makes it sound like you want Dwayne Johnson to sit on you.
The
And
thick
I will
cake,
neither confirm nor deny anything. No.
those thick that thick cake, man. Yeah, The Rock's got cheeks, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never seen them, so I'll take your word
Me
for it.
either, dude. I don't freaking know.
Well, if you watch professional wrestling at any point, you probably saw them. So.
That's true.
I don't watch
Oh.
fake stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
Josiah likes to stay in reality,
Like,
Michael.
Gritty realism.
He doesn't like to delve into that fantastical stuff.
I hate you guys so much. So much.
You should just
Oh,
title this
man.
podcast episode "Wrestling is Fake?" Question mark,
if you
exclamation
did,
point.
I would absolutely go out of my way to actively like work against the podcast. We actually would probably lose people if we
That
did
would
that.
be legendary.
Don't
Oh
do that.
my gosh.
Don't do
Okay,
that.
but in a gunfight between Keanu and Dwayne, Keanu would win.
Every time.
I think so too, because I think Keanu is more actually like trained with guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen some of the
No.
videos of him using guns and stuff? before?
Yeah, he's scarily.
He's
like,
insane.
yeah.
It's nuts.
So
Hardest working man in showbiz.
okay. All right. You know what?
You know what? Okay, I just have to point this out. This is actually insane. All right. This is
Okay.
actually insane.
If you say
Ben?
anything about wrestling, I'm gonna fucking stab you.
Ben has not even seen John Wick 3 yet.
Nope.
Why do you
I just want that to sink in for everybody.
I feel like it's Keanu Reeves. Like I'm starting to feel like that's what's wrong. Is like he doesn't like Keanu Reeves.
I mean, he didn't watch The Matrix until we literally like forced him basically to watch it.
Yeah,
I love Keanu.
we pinned Ben down and like made him watch the movie.
They
We sat on him. We sat on him.
They
like
duct taped
Dwayne
me
Johnson.
to a chair.
Yep.
So that's why you're moaning Dwayne when we were sitting on, you know.
No.
Ben, we got to get you to watch John Wick 3.
Guys,
Yeah,
John Wick 3 is so freaking good, dude.
I literally don't have a problem with watching John Wick 3. I was gonna go see it in the theater with my sister. It never happened, and so I just never watched it. But I don't know
That
why.
makes me really sad.
Yeah. So
you guys want to hear something really crazy
no.
that I really didn't expect to see?
Okay.
According to what was it, IMDb, and like a group, it's like a multiple like groups of people in Hollywood and stuff.
Yeah.
They used IMDb, Fandango, and Business Insider. Nicolas Cage is the hardest working man in Hollywood.
I could actually see that.
Dude's he's freaking goated.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, that doesn't really even surprise me, to be honest.
That actually surprises me a lot.
Really? Dude,
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage is in like so much stuff.
Dude, yeah, he's insane. I like it, Mike. If you've never seen some of his like other crazier movies,
Mike, have you ever seen a movie with Nicolas Cage in it?
Never. It's just crazy to me. Because like, remember
why is that surprising to you?
Have you seen Mandy?
Because you remember when he bought an island, and
Yeah.
then was like, "I'm broke, I need money," and then, just I don't know.
But he doesn't really do it for the money. Like he's said that multiple times that
he literally does it because he enjoys it, and he likes weird stuff.
Well, he also did Left Behind because he owed a favor to his brother.
That I'm sure he did do for money.
I don't know. I just think that there should be some measure of like how difficult and how intense are like the roles he's playing, and
but like, okay, you know, like
behind some of that too. Like I would argue The Rock works harder than Nicolas Cage.
I don't think. I mean, I probably would say that too, but I think that like Nick Cage, I think the thing I respect most about him is that he's willing to like do like anything, and he doesn't really care if it's weird or if it's crazy or whatever.
But that doesn't. I don't know. That just like
yeah.
So you have like the friend who's like, dude, I'll come do this, this, and this with you. But then you have that friend that goes like, dude, I'm down to do anything. But like sometimes it's the quality of it, because then when you go do anything with that friend, you get things like Left Behind.
Pretty cool quality.
You get things like Left
Behind.
I didn't. That's not in denial. But then you also get things like
but I wasn't using
Behind.
Left Behind as an example. That movie came out years ago, and his
still
filmography
Nicolas
since
Cage.
then is pretty darn good.
Yeah.
So
Nicolas Cage has been in some bangers, man.
I mean, I think
stinkers.
I liked Pig better than Josiah did, but I don't think he did that movie for money. I think he did that movie because he liked the story and he
Why doesn't
liked
he do movies for free?
Now, who's gonna do something for free? I don't think
People do
I'm
movies
still
for free.
I'm saying that he probably signed on to that movie not because it was a fat paycheck, because I guarantee you it wasn't. And he probably signed on because hey, it's a little bit of cash, but also he liked it. I guarantee you Mandy probably paid him even less. So yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just thought. We don't really know. None of us really know what Nick Cage does or doesn't do for money or otherwise.
You can watch his movies though, and I just don't know.
All right. Well,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. You also have problems with Jake Gyllenhaal, and he's an absolute goated dude too. So
I would take Nicolas Cage over Jake Gyllenhaal any day.
Goodness.
In any movie, in any role, I would take Nicolas Cage in a fudging heartbeat.
Oh my goodness.
I actually really like Nicolas Cage.
Now you're changing your tune now that I brought Jake Gyllenhaal up.
No, I never said I didn't like him. I just don't agree that he's the hardest working man in Hollywood compared to people like The Rock. But whatever. Hey,
Jake Gyllenhaal's a legend.
If I had to pick any day, it doesn't matter what the role is. Literally, no matter what it is. If they asked me, who would you cast to play Jake Gyllenhaal in a movie about Jake Gyllenhaal's life, I'd pick Nicolas Cage over Jake Gyllenhaal. That's
sad.
It's a documentary. That's the trick.
That's
the twist.
It's It's sad that our
twisted-
boy has no freaking respect for Jake Gyllenhaal
Nope.
and the work he's done.
Doesn't make any sense.
Zero
It really
respect.
doesn't.
Zero respect.
Zero. Freaking Jake is freaking.
It's as hollow as the earth.
Hey.
Follow circle. You gotta bring it
And
back
on that note, perfect way to tie it up right there, Mike. Good job. Good job. High five. So
And
with
on
that being
note,
said,
is wrestling fake?
It's not, because we just established that. The Rock will
So-
hurt you.
maybe. I mean,
No, he
he'll
will.
sit on him.
Yeah, and Ben will be like, "Oh no, this is the worst thing in the world. I've never wanted this."
Wait, please stop. Oh,
Please
no.
sit right on my
Oh.
face. Oh, did I say that? I mean,
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh,
stop. Don't
They're,
sit on my
they're
face.
clapping cake. You know, like, what did you say? Nothing. Yeah. Listen, I don't think anybody would turn down the Rock sitting on them for any reason.
I would. No, I'm good. I'm good. Now, Jason Momoa, on the other hand, no, I'm just kidding. So on
You know
that
they're
note,
related, right?
wow.
They're not related. I was lying. Anyways, we got to end this now. You got to stop it. It's gonna
They're
get
both
worse.
Hawaiian or whatever.
It's not nothing. Don't do
All right,
that.
you know what? You need to stop before you go even further. Oh my gosh.
I'm about to go
Well,
beyond.
With that
Yeah.
being said, to infinity and beyond. With that being said, thank you so much, everyone, for coming out. And we hope that you enjoyed the podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe, leave a like, a comment, all of that good stuff. If you're listening to us on your favorite audio podcast platform, then please leave a review. We'd appreciate that a lot. And we will catch you all in the next episode next week. Bye.
Bye.